Were a pretty successful band on the underground scene. The first single, Deborah, just narrowly failed to make the top 30. The second single, 1 Inch Rock, got to something like number 28. They quickly developed a strong following.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
On a qui? Ti quoi?
I saw Tyrannosaurus Rex playing at all the big festivals, like for example the ill-fated 1968 Isle of Wight festival, which was turned into a bit of a disaster for everybody because a great gale blew up, and then poor Tyrannosaurus Rex had to come on and perform in the freezing cold, and you could barely see Mark because he would always squat on his haunches, and with Steve next to him rattling on the bongos, it was very hard to actually see them at all.
I said to him that I thought he should really think about whether he shouldn't, go electric, so that he could stand up so that people could see him. Low stage, sitting down, no one, and people standing up, no one beyond the first 3 rows could see him. So I thought, well, if you stood up, that might help. If you had an electric guitar, you better amplify it so people better hear it. And, isn't that a good idea? No, that wasn't a good idea. It was ignored completely.
One of the most important figures in his early career, and somebody that really can't be given enough credit, was his wife, was June, because she was a very smart cookie.
I bought this whole thing as to who he was and what it was about, and it was about the kids, man. It was really beautiful, and everything is lovely, and we're moving on a higher plane. And then he started having a romance with our secretary called June Child.
And she describes him somewhere as looking like a combination of Bob Dylan and Biggles. And she sort of fell in love with him almost at first sight.
She wasn't doing anything because she was sort of sitting there looking into his eyes, and he was sitting there looking into her eyes and sitting cross-legged and playing guitar to her. Or, it was like, oh no, this is just sickening. So we said, look, June, you can do one of 3 things. You can leave and go off and live with Mark and just get on with your life. You can stay with us, which is our preferred solution, but be professional, so that of course you can do phone calls and things, but let's not have any snogging in the office. Or you can you can look after Mark within the office, but all in the context of in other words, you can stay as our assistant, but you can be in charge of looking after Mark. So that evening,